Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for a little more Tainted Grail. In fact, in this episode, I am aware the hour is growing late, but I'm going to head down to the beach and see if I can achieve a few little things before the hour grows too late indeed. I suspect I won't have enough time for this, but I'm going to try. It gives me something to do. I'm avoiding the brigands for now, because in theory, tackling them in the dark on the way back may yield some nice little surprise unidentified items. So today I would like to go and explore that archway on that little isle over there. I may very well need to wait. Oh yeah. May need to wait till dawn. Don't let him cast a spell. There we go. And in terms of time, how are we doing now? Ooh. I also want to explore over that way, down that little dead end. So if I come out to here and take a run along the dock. Here we go. I suspected I may sneeze. Huh. And we are very close to completing our suit of armour, although we should probably try and upgrade the helmet. Alright. Let's put our weapon away. Take a nice little run at it. Somehow make it across those gaps and leap into the deeps. Now, we do need to practice. There's a man on there! Is he the man who used to be standing down on the docks a few patches ago, like literally one patch ago? Let's head up here and find out. Well, he doesn't look exactly the same. Hobby, as in a spirit, a goblin, a creature of folklore.
Oh, a wanderer in the sunken village. You must be lost. Back in the day, you just needed to look at the stars and you'd know where you were going. Now, even they are misplaced.
Interesting. Who are you?
I guess I'm just an old man listening to the sound of the sea. Every wave carries a story, you know. Some are whispers, others are roars. I like to think they're keeping me company. Long ago, I decided to wait for something to happen. So, I'm waiting.
What are you waiting for? You might be waiting a very long time.
For what's ahead of me. But I can feel that it's closer than ever. Everything that's around us, it's not yet the end. And that thought really bothers me.
If he is the man who used to be standing by the docks in, even just the previous patch, his voice is definitely different, and he seems more uncertain of himself and everything else. The monsters here don't seem to attack you, do they?
Monsters? I think you misunderstand. I don't see any monsters here. Only lost villagers.
This dialogue
still
is the same,
clinging to their home.
but
It's
revoiced.
But as you can see, not much depends on us. The world just keeps on happening. And you happen along with it. They were given some time which they've tried to use as much as they could. That's all. I'm glad they allow me to stay here despite what happened. I like this place.
Interesting. So placing him out here makes it less likely that the player will draw combat over to him. I take it you're not afraid of this place, then?
It's the cycle of life. There's nothing to be afraid of. If you're afraid, it means you're struggling with something too much, my friend. Sometimes you just need to sit and look. Watch everything turn.
Tell me about the sunken village.
The sunken village was not always sunken. But one day, someone, undoubtedly important, made a decision, undoubtedly necessary, that it would be better to make it so. So the wave came and made the village into the sunken village. And its inhabitants, well, you can see for yourself.
I can indeed. So you're saying someone intentionally flooded the village?
I know that some druids did it. Specific individuals, although their names have long been forgotten. This is no great mystery, my friend.
There is the important tomb within the village. Why did the druids do this?
You'd have to ask those responsible for the flood. Who knows what's going through people's heads? Maybe someone ordered them to do it. We'll never know.
And Spinal Tap are singing about Stonehenge. And they believe that a priest caste is a race of people. What happened to the druids responsible for the flood?
That's a good question. Maybe they burnt during the charred conclave. Maybe not. Nevertheless, the punishment was delivered and justice prevailed. Once again, the world was made a better place. At least that's what those who set fire to the stakes preach. All in the name of the Word.
This fellow Hog doesn't seem to have many opinions, does he? And we all know the Red Priests are responsible for the massacre of the Druids, or perhaps they were manipulated into it.
Among others, this wouldn't have happened if not for Camelot's desperation. Hey, many tragic decisions were made. I don't know if the word was so unambiguous or if its interpretation failed. What happened on the fields of the charred conclave wasn't just about the flood, my friend. It was about things and forces we don't understand.
When did the flood take place?
Long ago enough for people to have no chance of discovering why it happened. And yet, recently enough that this place still reminds us of it. Now the village is what it is, and the past has washed away. At least it can still be home for them. And I'll stay and look. These are interesting times indeed.
Are they now? Do you need anything while you're here?
I have everything I need. The entire world in one place.
Glad to find you so content with yourself.
Before you go, I would like to ask you one thing. Who are you?
Well, I'm not just myself. I have another with me. I don't truly know.
I understand. I see you. I hear you. And I have a feeling that you will find what you are looking for. Farewell. And thank you for visiting me, my friend. You can come keep me company whenever you want. The sunsets here are beautiful.
There's something off about this situation. Something tells me that I can walk through this and nothing will happen. It's just a remnant, a monument of some ancient thing that may exist down in the water down there. For now though, let us return to the water. I could dive off the side. I'm not that eager to sink in beneath the waves. Let's try and keep our head above the water. And now, do we swim faster? Oh, it's interesting how... Right, okay. So what I've been doing is pressing shift to see if we can swim faster or not, and we don't seem to be able to swim faster. Now we've already visited that druidic shrine there, but I did not explore this little gully in here, which is what I'm going to do before heading back to the keep for the night. It's always worth checking out these little nooks and crannies, which may be dead ends. And in this case, that certainly seems to be the case. However, calling it a dead end would be very appropriate. We have a fallen keeper here who has plummeted from the rocks above, or even from one of those walkways. Probably that one, actually, not that one up back there. Well, the hour grows late. The darkness shall soon be upon us. Let's make our way back post-haste. Either we shall be seeing Hob again at some point in the future, or we may... Bloody hell. We may have reason to return here to him later, at another point. I see the beginning of figures in the darkness. Let's just stay wide. Actually, if we leg it into here, we are safe for a little while. And if we can maintain this safety, that's all the better. Now we cannot, and must step into danger once again. However, this means the brigand archer should be somewhere over there if we can find our way to the road. Just around here? Okay. That's him taken care of. I see another already. One of those weird spawn, no doubt. Now, can we take you? Yes. And you. Okay. Come. Uh-oh. I heard the sound of one of those things phasing in. Okay. There's something nasty over there. It could be another one of them, but I'm not sure I can risk it. Let's head for the keep. Make ourselves a nice bonfire so we can examine our findings. Steady on there, dear. You almost gave me a shock. Now. Oh. The bell. It gives the impression of meaning. Right, let's look at these. What have we found? Nothing? Oh. And no level. Let's just rest then. Oh. I was hoping we would have found ourselves... Thing is... Okay, no, it is all gone. Let's get a little more jogging practice as we head back towards the keep. So we've encountered Hob, we've found another fallen warden. Would this be the last one? Keeper. Rather. Let's see. I mean, these can go, they're just rusty. Those can go in storage. And we can part with this. That we have improved upon. Let's turn in the bounties here first before we go and see the quartermaster.
Please, state your business. Did they resist? Oh, I hope they did.
You
Go
could
chop
put it
off
that
some
way.
heads.
You could say that indeed. We still have one brigand bounty outstanding, and it's not going to be an easy one. I've found another tag. At this point, I've probably done so much that I could just tell him I'd like to see the caption now and he'll accept it. But I do have some outstanding quests. One of which is so nasty, I should probably go deal with it first. Not looking forwards to that. Okay, we'll put the Revenant stuff and Necromancer stuff away. Here we go. We've made full repairs to the village, so we can absolutely chop wood. How much is there? 10? We can take 10. And as we chop wood, we should contemplate what we want to do next, because I was expecting something a little more detailed. It feels as if our encounter was somewhat anticlimactic. And I must say, this mace has managed to stand us in good stead. We're doing very well with it, and it's done well by us. At some point, we will probably want to replace it with another weapon. We have not discovered that weapon yet. There is no lever for us today. That is acceptable. What can we make today then? Not very much. Aha! Wait. Ah. Okay. So that's for Revenant's cowl. Have we made for Revenant's armor? I think we have. Okay. Wood, wooden, iron. No copper at the moment. Okay. Well then. It would seem the majority of our objectives lie beyond the graveyard. And the... oh, you know what? We could go see the obnoxious woman at her reclaimed so-called mansion that her husband did not wish her to purchase. If we find out she holds the purse strings in that family and he's some little nobody who married above his station, that makes her even worse in a way. Because it does seem that he is being conveniently got out of the way. And would be quite happy to remove himself from the picture. I'm going to go and visit the hunter. Because I believe he has some books of crafting recipes that we would like to get hold of. One of which will allow us to craft leather from the hides of more than just deer. Morg, right? Marg. Is there anything I can do for you?
I'm self-sufficient enough not to have to ask for help. However, I suppose I could help you. I could share some things I found out during my hunts.
I'd be interested. So here we have Death from Afar Volume 1. Fire arrows, frost arrow, poison arrow, sharpened arrow. Death from Afar Volume 2. Iron fire arrow, iron frost arrow, iron poisoned arrow, iron sharpened arrow, all of which sound like they will increase our crafting skills significantly. And the Tanner's Trade, hide to leather, 2 leather recipes. Let's take all 3 of those. And you know what? Let's settle down on the bench, which we can't interact with, unfortunately, for a nice little read. The Tanner's Trade, Hide to Leather, by Niels Rotan. Put it in a pit and piss on it. That's all you need to know. Well, no, there's a lot more to it than that, but... thing is, it's not really piss. You use bark from trees which contain tannin, which also is in human urine, so you can just piss in the pit if you need to. It won't be the main ingredient, but it certainly won't detract from it. A good hunter knows how to kill a beast, but a wise one knows how to use every part of it. Toss a fine hide to maggots and you're a wastrel. Tanning is an art and not one for the faint of nose. Start with a clean hide. Wolf, bear, deer, scraped, stitched and dried. Soak it in a tanning solution. Boil tree bark if you're poor. Oak or willow works best. Or monster brains mixed with water if you've coin to spare. Then work the hide like it owes you money. Stretch it, rub it, curse at it if you must. Patience pays off with supple leather for boots or armour. A well-tanned hide is a second life given. Respect the beast, or its spirit might one day come knocking. Indeed. Respect the beast. Right. Is this the one we have already? because we haven't had a sharpened arrow recipe before. Death from Afar Volume 1 by Maddock the Wanderer. The weirdness spawns all manner of freaks, each more dangerous than the last. Sure, you could face them with a sword, but why risk it? It's smarter to pick them off with arrows from a safe distance. The problem? These creatures often have tough hides, shells, or even armor that ordinary arrows can't penetrate, no matter the wood or tip. That's when you need a little extra help. Many might turn up their noses at magic, but the creatures of the weirdness don't care, and they'd happily bite those noses right off. And then, Volume 2. I remember fighting a horde of undead that had taken over a crypt near Quanacht. There were over a dozen of those damned things lurking around. I wouldn't have dared to charge into battle against so many foes with just a sword. I'm not that crazy. But on the other hand, ordinary arrows wouldn't have done much against them either. I don't know if you've ever tried shooting an arrow at a skeleton, but it's like trying to fight a parchment with a sword. Poison doesn't affect these abominations either, as their blood no longer flows in their veins, so I had to resort to my magical arsenal. By which I don't think he means spells to use instead of arrows, but some form of magical arrows. But maybe no. Maybe he did have to fall back on spells. We really need to work on this. Oh well. Oh, that music always makes it sound like night is near come by. Do we go to the mansion? If we do, that's pretty much the whole day. Let's go tackle some Grindylows. I fancy going this way for now. Oh, wow. Got him. With fairly minimal damage too, we're doing well. Let's have a care though. A bear often roams these parts. You know what would be worse than a bear? Weird bear. That would be insane. So let's try not to encounter that. Whatever we do. More Grindylows. I think we... Okay, if we can just avoid... I doubt we can. Look, you just stay there, pal. And your friend. Uh-oh, no. Okay. Bloody hell, the rate at which she just swings that thing. There we go. Think we'd better... Oh, do we really need that hotkey? Do we have something smaller? Sure. And then, why don't we... Feels like such a waste. 25, still a bit wasteful. Okay. There we go. Less of a waste. What do we got on the map here? Silk Road, nearby. Drinking Buddies. This used to be... Wait. Branded and Exiled used to be in the same place as Drinking Buddies. If I go up here, I may be able to cut back across. Now, we've done this already. This might remain cleared now that we have defeated Silent Cilia. Oh, you want to fight, do you? Okay. Was that lag? Oh, hello. Let's see if I can practice. I may have successfully parried just then. Oh, that works. Got him. Right. So far, so Shrine of the Wolf. Let's just go. Right. 5 wolf fangs get sneak attack damage. Our sneak damage is 116%. Not massive. We don't have 5 wolf fangs. I would have thought I would have had them by now. Wolf fangs. 1. Fine. Okay, if I get more, I might deal with it. It feels like that may be a permanent upgrade. And while I don't rely heavily on sneak attacks, getting it might mean I don't, rediscover it and get surprised by it later. It's also worth seeing if the warriors have returned to this ruin. In theory, with their mistress gone, they have no need to return here. Another theory would be that the wyrdness would continue to restore them until she was... What is it? Oh, you're a skeleton. Come on then. Following this path does look intriguing at some point. But so does this one. Oh, that reminds me. 2 walking the fields, dangerous locations. Lenses, that's the ritual site. But for now, we're... Whoa. The rope on the fence looked very similar colour to the skeleton's bones. For now, we're just headed inside this particular ruin. And I don't believe... No, I must have done, right? I believe I walked through here and commented on the fact that the chap used to be just here. Let's just dig. We already have those, don't we? Back in our storage chest. For now, though, we've found a shrine of the All-Mother. Let us commune.
Who's there? The living don't come around here without a good reason. What do you want? To bring me peace? The quiet I so long for? Ask for a blessing from the shrine? You don't want to do that. It never ends well. I'm haunting the shrine, against my will. Wait. I can see you've met Berg. I can see the threads that connect you.
And you? What's your connection to Berg?
I remember him. The rest is a blur. We had a strong bond. We knew each other for years. We served together. Yeah, for years. I don't know much else. I keep forgetting things.
Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Kendall. Or I used to be. Hard to tell if I still am. Or only used to be. Maybe I usually am. I don't know. I'm too stupid for this. I once thought ghosts and wraiths must be wise. And yet, here I am. But that wasn't what you asked me. I don't remember much. I was a keeper, a lance corporal. There was an ambush, bandits. They killed me on the spot. It was right here, exactly in this spot. And from that very moment, I've been bound to this shrine. But I don't want to be. My place is there, in the haunts of the south.
Can I help you?
I need to finish my service. I need to rest somewhere more appropriate. Take my remains. Find Berg. He'll know what to do. That's all.
I see. And if we look behind the shrine here, we can dig up his remains. And we're taking his skull back with us. Now, I completed this quest with a, before the latest patch, off camera. And I've done it off camera with the latest patch as well. It's different now. Slightly different. How are we doing for time? Probably time we headed back. I feel that the new version is not as satisfying as the old one was. It feels either I resolved it differently, or it's much shorter. Are we over in... We are. Oh, well, that's going to change things then. Ho there, skeleton. Face the retribution of my mighty mace. In this case, given the lateness of the hour, I feel I may return to the mansion then, to visit her ladyship and see how she's settled in. I should also give some thought to my next level. I have said that I'm trying to offset the slight overfocus on practicality skill points with regards to the practicality stat, but that doesn't mean I need to do it every level. It's more of a gradual thing, and my concept of a self-imposed rule is more of a guideline than a strict rule. Hello. Plus, I'm thinking this level I might want to put a point into perception, if I've not already done so. I have put a point in perception. Okay, so wait. I've essentially got 5 points in practicality because they all start at 1 anyway. And 9 points. So we're talking like going up to practicality 10 as a stat, which is not a bad idea in itself. But I feel I should be able to spend a point before I go to 10, probably in that talent right there. I don't have a point in spirituality. It's mainly dexterity I'd need to put points into. Because we have a dexterity of 2, so I put a point in there. Strength as well. Right, well, let's... So, this can be resolved a number of ways. As I said, I'm not quite so happy with the way it turned out with the latest patch. It feels like it's been simplified and shortened. Also, there is that path up there to the side that I would like to explore at some point. If I go to the mansion, it's not really going to... It's not going to change the amount of weight I'm carrying. How far over am I? Oh! Leveling could literally fix this if I put a point in strength. So 3. Definitely need to put points in strength here anyway. So I could put a point in strength here. Then put the actual point. No, that wouldn't work. No, I'd want a point in endurance for carry weight. Probably pop it in there, actually. Okay. No need to light a bonfire just yet, as the sun is still in the sky. I can make it to the mansion, step inside, say hello. And I strongly suspect that within the walls of the mansion she will not turn into some horrible monster and attack me during the hours of darkness. I see a skeleton up there. And one of the locations I was supposed to visit was a druidic tomb to post a notice. I think it was called the Tomb of a Good Druid, but if it's surrounded by skeletons and necromancy, the druid contained therein may not have been that good. Let's lower our weapon. And I can't remember what kind of shrine that is. But that's okay. At some point, I may be tempted to use these beacons to fast travel. Now, we know fast travel is cheating when we do not fast travel. That is immersive fast travel built into the world, but there doesn't seem to be any cost associated. That... yeah, thank you. That looked like I could mine it, and indeed I could. There's no cost to use these, apart from maybe not being over-encumbered. I don't know, it's like if it's a carriage ride or riding a Silt Strider to Seyda-Neen, from Seyda-Neen to Balmorra in Morrowind or something like that. Something that's a part of the world, a part of your character's story, gives you a reason for travelling so quickly. Then it's more acceptable. If it's just like in Oblivion, where you leave the Imperial Sewer and get practically told to open the map and fast travel to a location, that just feels horribly jarring. And hello? What's this? Is it copper or iron? It looked like iron, and it was iron. Let's head on up and see if we are welcome. The last thing I want to do is impose on these people and spend the night here. But I can at least stick my head in and say hello. Ah, you're just standing right there in the corner, I see. Well, this has been renewed. I can go through it. Not that there's much point. Wow, there's a bed here. I must not say I love what you've done with the place. Well, that's terribly rustic. Alyssa, you seem to be without your husband again.
There you are, finally! I've been searching everywhere for you. This is a matter of utmost importance. You simply must help me. My Duncan has gone missing, and if we don't find him soon, he might be in grave danger. Please, you have to find him. I can't possibly be a widow at my age. Mourning clothes are dreadfully unflattering on me.
Why didn't you ask the keepers to find him? And if she's got a modicum of sense, she may have already done so, and she will have been informed that they're not allowed outside the keep at the moment.
I tried, but that oaf at the gate forbade me from entering the keep. Outrageous. Besides, have you met them? They are utterly incompetent. They fancy themselves as Southern Knights of the Round Table. I have met actual knights, and trust me, these men are not the same.
Wasn't her hair brown in the inn? I don't think it was just a trick of the light. When did you last see him?
Oh, let me think. Just 2 days ago, or perhaps 3. I've been terribly occupied with redecorating the mansion and designing an entire new wardrobe for our extended stay in the south. Duncan and I never felt the need to be constantly together. In fact, we both find such behavior utterly gauche. A marriage is merely a contract after all. No need to romanticize it unnecessarily.
Sounds absolutely vile. You didn't even notice he'd gone missing? You know, some people do marry for love, actually.
Commoners, perhaps. People of my standing cannot afford to indulge in such frivolities. We have entire bloodlines and fortunes to consider. Some of these alliances span as far back as the homelands. Love is something to sing about at court, but marriage is a transaction. My mother instilled that in me when I was just a little girl with pigtails. Very fashionable ones, of course.
Oh, of course. That's a pretty sorry way to live your life, really.
Is it truly? I haven't noticed. Duncan and I have a perfectly agreeable union. We both understand what to expect from this marriage. Neither of us wants for anything.
Can we actually focus on your missing husband for a moment here?
Oh, yes, of course. Someone delivered a ransom letter to the mansion. Quite absurd, really. Duncan is the one who handles all the finances. I'm not even sure where he keeps the money. And I
Really?
certainly don't plan to lower myself to meet the demands of some lowlives. That's why I need you to retrieve my husband.
Do you still have the letter? Right, what if he's dead?
He's not dead. Don't be ridiculous. They need him for the money, don't they? Honestly, must I do all the thinking?
It depends on how many times they can get you to pay without having to give him back. Whether they need him alive or not. Well, I'll go looking for him. I don't suppose you've actually got this letter that was delivered here.
Marvelous. Here's the letter. All the details should be inside. Now, chop chop, there is no time to waste.
We have your husband. Bring 200 gold to the location marked on the map. Tell anyone and he dies. Great. What's the location marked on the map? Farewell, Lady Alyssa. Sounds pretty final. Now, we just pop ourselves a bonfire down here outside. We can level up. So, what do we want? Many, many, many things. Oh. If I do grab this, that could knock us 117. Throw on another sort of 5.5. So it's not. It's a bit more than 5. Yeah, it's probably just 5 at that point, really. It's still nice though, right? What else? What other thing? What do we want? We want to max out this tree at some point, but we got a way to go. We want this. We really do want to get hold of critical cascade. We also want... Ooh. Restore full stamina. Reduce stamina cost. On these. Yeah. So, perception, endurance, practicality, and strength, mainly. We do need to improve this at some point. Okay, 3, 8, 5. 2, 7, sorry, and 5. So we're probably looking at this one for our spirituality offset. Dexterity, we can go with parrying, tree, or archery as we do some shooting. Prepared block would be very nice. Well, we can spend a point in endurance, in perception, and put a perk point in endurance without increasing endurance to help with our offset. But we do want endurance for the carry weight limit. There we go. And then if we take the extra health... I mean, what else, right? Prepared block would be nice, especially if we take it 3 times. More confidence would be great. Determination would help for fighting large groups. These won't help until we've got lots of stamina restoration built in. Those are both good. This is on the way to this. Okay, let's just go the extra health for now because we can take it again in future. 6 points. Excellent. So this is a bit of a berserker tree. Now we rest. And we have the remains of our fire. The thing I don't like about remains of a fire is I think they go away at some point eventually. Otherwise they'll just become a blight on the landscape, and the game having to keep track of every single bonfire we placed could get very laggy in the long run. I've noticed if we ignite our bonfire and make it blue, then we get extra stuff. But when we finally rest, the bonfire goes away. I do want to explore this path. I should also, however, look at the map and see where this ransom note is placed. There! By the miners' tunnels, which connect through to here. Interesting. So that's a fairly safe location for us to explore. Whereas this is most certainly not even remotely safe. And we should explore it all the same. Don't worry, we'll be overburdened soon enough. I should go face each of these at least once. Where do you go? Oh, there you are! Hello! Didn't quite see you there. Lost track of you for a moment. I'm impressed. The bugger managed to sneak up on me. At some point, I'll probably be able to one-hit kill these skeletons. That point, however, has not yet arrived. And there we are. Oh, that looks like a shrine. With deer's antlers on the front of it. Ooh, that's an interesting structure. I'd like to visit that at some point. And indeed, I probably will. Although probably not before I've returned to the keep. Let's get this waypoint. And there are people here who are hopefully not hostile. Got a fancy hat. Yeah. This looks like big trouble.
like a worldly, well-travelled person. I'm not wrong, am I? Of course I'm not. Tell me, would you be interested in some incredibly rare, mysterious and precious items?
This sounds highly suspicious, but say on.
Then let me introduce you to a one-of-a-kind collection of Arthurian relics. I assure you, you won't see anything like this anywhere else on Avalon. Here's an authentic Four-Dweller's tooth. And look, a bone from Sir Galahad's little finger. And over here, a fragment of a foot wrap worn by King Arthur himself, along with many other riches.
How can I be sure these relics are authentic? I mean, he's got two thugs here to beat the living crap out of me if I cause trouble.
That is an excellent question. When it comes to relics, authenticity is key. However, I assure you that I possess documents with the appropriate signature and seals, proving that all of these relics and the stories behind them are absolutely true.
Oh, absolutely. Right, well, let's see what you've got. Boar's Mightstone. Unknown. Oh! Are these all to be identified? Four-Dweller's Tooth. Galahad's Bone. Gwenhwyvar's Left Glove. Hair of Lancelot's Horse's Mane. King Arthur's Foot Wrap. Scale from the Green Knight's Armour. Splint from Merlin's Staff. Toe of a Giant. Well, I mean, if the toe is big enough, it must have come from something big, right? Maybe. The thing is, I could afford a few of these. I've got a sneaky suspicion one of these is genuine and the rest are not. Or maybe two or three, you know, but a load of dodgy stuff. Let's take the Giant's Toe, Four-Dweller's Tooth, Hair from Lancelot's Mane, Scale from Green Knight's Armour, and leave those for another time. I'll be testing these at some point. Then I can probably come back and confront him. You have nothing to say to me? Let me guess. You two are just here in case I have a disagreement with your master. And the building cannot be entered. In fact, its inhabitants may have been the former possessors of the items you have just sold to me. Well, I think I shall wend my merry way back towards the keep. And if I just do this for a moment. Cannot fast travel while encumbered. Worth checking if it applied only to bonfires or to those as well. It's all fine. The thing is, if I do set up a fire to examine these, and I'm not expecting miracles, it would be interesting though if I could speak to King Arthur about these objects. If one of them jogged his memories. We probably could have afforded the whole lot, to be honest. I do not like this shrine. There is another one like it down by the fallen statue that the miner is chipping away at. Interacting with the shrine caused 3 large deer-like creatures to appear behind it. Which I was apparently supposed to slay and attempt. Well, that is either a very big bear or something. Looks like a wolf. Okay. And I chased them around a bit, managed to kill one, and it said pathetic, and apparently I failed a quest. So presumably there's some sort of time limit. and it's some sort of test that I'm not particularly looking forward to having to deal with. So let's head back towards the keep. This may involve fighting Grindylows, or even worse, weird Grindylows at night. Still not looking forward to that in case it ever happens, by the way. And my throat is getting pretty dry. I should be looking to end the episode soon. I don't need to go back to the keep to... Oh, you know what? I could have sold him a bunch of old crap, like all these rusty swords, tell him they're from knights and stuff. Literally play him at his own game. That's not an entirely bad idea. And it would give me a location to offload rubbish. And if he felt unhappy about paying me, I could take some of his overpriced relics off his hands for some of that money. Trading in... well... rubbish for rubbish. Probably. I am expecting all these things to have negative or negligible effects. I see you up there. I don't think I particularly need the experience right now. And I do have a rescue to attempt. I should absolutely have sold him some of the rusty old weapons I'm carrying. I'll remember that for next time though. I'm not going to rob this poor dead peasant. Also, I like the fact the brigands are not returning there. It would seem then that the bandit leaders' crews respawn until they die. Whereas the bandits who are not part of a group don't like the location of that bear. It messes with my intention of going back that way. Oh, that's annoying. I may be able to make it back without tangling with the great creature. Although it seems intent on heading this way. Oh, it's really making things difficult for me. It's pushing me towards the graveyard. I can handle the graveyard. I'm not certain I can handle the bear. Really, this is a new location? Oh no, you don't. Down you go. Cookbook seafood. I think I've read this one. Sea Maiden's Lament. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, maybe. Apparently not. Oh, for fuck's sake, you get absolutely... There you go. What you deserve. Oh, you're here. Didn't see you there. But you don't mind. Just coming through. On my way back to the Horns of the South. I'll fight a few more bone walkers and flesh puppets along the way. Mostly bone walkers at this point. Look, if you lot want to stay there and not tangle with me, that's fine by me. This one, though, he's absolutely getting what he deserves. And there's usually a Grindylow along the road to the right here. At some point. Looping around those rocks or those rocks? I think it's those ones. Hopefully I won't have to deal with him. But I just might. Round the rugged rock the ragged rascal ran. Or in this case, the Grindylow with his mighty hammer. Yeah, I see you, mate. And I think I managed to avoid all his attacks. I'm quite impressed. I did well. We shouldn't need our weapon again for the remainder of our return journey, although we might, depending on how the brigands round here are behaving. I think we took care of the archer. There's still the one who occasionally patrols around this path a bit. I don't think... Blimey, it's coming straight at me. Look out, Ned. It's coming right at us, as they say. There he is. He's nowhere near us. We're fine to continue. And I believe we took out the archer during the weird night, so we shouldn't be seeing him for another day or so. It's quite possible to hug the rocks here and avoid. Now that we know the weird beasts spawn in there where the brigands were, we can stay over here, mainly out of their detection range or line of sight. It's interesting they inhabit the same hazardous area. Let's pop ourselves a fire here and see how badly we've been had. You have no items to identify. Really now? Well, that's intriguing. Am I supposed to speak to him again to identify these items? I don't think so. The unknown property is bad. If I try and put them into an object, maybe I will learn once they are fully instilled. And I suspect that'll be negative. Wait a minute. Let us return to our fire. The fact that I cannot identify these unknown relics should obviously be great cause for concern. But additionally, I should be able to craft some potions here. Okay, not quite what I had in mind. 2 or 6 is not great. Get ourselves another Drowner's Tongue. We could make some more Fool's Rush. That would be interesting. Let's rest till morning, just to get rid of the fire. It still seems to be there on the ground. I don't like that. It just feels so wasteful to be littering the ground with burnt out campfires. But they don't seem to last forever, because otherwise there should be a couple up behind this hut. Maybe if I just go far away enough and then return, they are removed. Yes, I'm blatantly walking this path just in case a burnt out old fire of mine leaps out at me, catches me in the senses and makes me go, hey, look at this. This is your mess, this is. That almost looks like one, but I think it's just the way the grass was clumping. That being said, once the game hits full release, I will definitely be reviewing the graphic options, because I've just been going with the default that was assigned to me based on my computer, and it's an odd one. It's kind of low graphics but really high vegetation quality, which I'm not complaining about. You know, if I went much lower it could look very bad, but it's interesting all the same. Hey you. Oh, this will be telling. 7, 7, yeah. These do not sell for good amounts. Let's part with these. Why am I still carrying those? Okay. I'll sell these because they're not real weapons. I mean, they're definitely effective as weapons, but they're not something that was crafted by an armourer with the intent of being used as a weapon. They're just strange things the Grindylows have made. Or been given. They may have been passed these items. Now, I bought this off a relic off a merchant. Can you work with that?
Aye, I'm sorry to tell you, but this here piece is just a fancy trinket.
Thought so.
You might as well ask me to hammer a piece of glass. I'm afraid I can't help you there, friend.
As I expected. So then I suppose I can go back to the merchant and go, oi! You're tricking people into parting with their hard-earned money. Earned by going out and killing people who've been killing people and stealing all their stuff. And he'll say something along the lines of, yeah, so... Right, we have a pair of these in our box already. And we have a better pair of these that we made ourselves. Now, what are we after? 2 more iron. So in the meantime, what can we make? Copper arrows. Could definitely do that a few times. Make 1 bundle of copper arrows. And a hatchet. Ah! Bear pelts. Well, tell you what. We certainly did not earn all of those ourselves. Wolf's pelt gives us 2 leather. I'll tell you what, we're going to get a lot of leather. Craft many. Sure. Right. With that in mind, and our vast supplies of leather, really now? Wow. That's better. I mean, we get ourselves a couple more iron ore, we can definitely make this to a... And again. Only +2? Okay. Well, we've increased our skill all the same. I'd like to sell you these. And before you go away, also this. Fine pair of gauntlets. And I distinctly said we can definitely sell these now. By the way. Although, it would be ironic if... I didn't... If he was wrong and I could actually do something with them. What was I going to sell? Ah, yes. That. Trying to work out why the mite stone was embedded in something like a bar of soap. Or maybe it was supposed to be a stone with a metal thing jammed in it. Anyway, just looking over here. There we go. The archer's quickening gloves. We did have some, absolutely. Well, I reckon this is as good enough a point as any to end the episode. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'll say goodbye for now though, and cheerio everyone. See you all soon.